So I've had an idea rolling around in my head for the past several hours as I've been kind of cleaning house and thinking about life. And I had attempted earlier today to answer YouTube emails, but I found that my brain was going 100 directions at once and I could not focus, and I certainly couldn't be of any help to anyone. So I set that aside, but I've had some thoughts about weight loss rolling around in my head, rattling around in there and bouncing off one another. And I thought that I'd sort of try and put them out here in a video. I don't typically make vlogs anymore. I usually have a weight loss video and below the yellow line, but I feel like tonight I just need to talk out an idea that I've had. The most common question that I get, above all others, is how do I start losing weight? How do I start? And this is quite possibly the most difficult question to answer because we're all in different places. Every person has a unique history, a unique set of circumstances for their life now, and a unique paradigm through which they view the world. So how does one answer that question? How do you start? Everybody has to start somewhere different, and everyone has to take a different process to getting where they want to be. What I typically tell people is you have to start slow. Make small changes that you can continue for the rest of your life. The tortoise and the hare. You know, if you go too fast and you make too many changes too rapidly, you'll burn out. But if you make small changes over a long period of time, you will eventually succeed because you've done something sustainable. But I started thinking today about something deeper than that, something behind all of that, which is self-love. And I know I did another video called Midnight Ramblings where I talked about self-talk and self-love, which is an excellent way to start loving yourself. And I'm starting to see, or at least little light bulbs are clicking on in my head regarding how loving yourself is really the first step to weight loss. As a society, we tend to be very immediate, but particularly within weight loss, we tend to be extremely immediate in our desire to lose weight. We want everything now. We have to do it extreme weight loss, hardcore workouts, super intense everything. We want it to be perfect and super fast. We want to have a perfect eating plan and a perfect meal ideas and perfect schedule for working out, and we want to execute it perfectly so that we can have a perfect weigh-in, so that we can have a perfect weight loss, so that we can be perfect. And I think that that immediacy, which I used to just take for granted as part of our society, as Americans especially, but in this society where everything's fast-paced, everything's fast food, but everything is also very immediate, and there's lots of get rich quick and, lose weight fast and all that. I just sort of used to take it for granted as part of society, but I have come to realize now, I think I'm onto something, which is that part of that immediacy is an if-then statement in our head of if this, then I will love myself. If I am losing weight, then I will love myself. If I eat perfectly today, then I will love myself. If I exercise, then I will love myself. But getting ourselves into an if-then conditional statement about love for ourselves sets us up for the opposite to be true. If I don't exercise, then I don't love myself. If I don't lose weight, then I don't love myself. It sets us up for the reverse, for the opposite. And I'm starting to see that the ability to step back from the immediacy is really an ability to put the I love myself first. I probably sound crazy because I don't even really know how these thoughts are coming out of my brain. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that this immediacy, this feeling of urgency within weight loss is because we are so desperately trying to approve of ourselves. And I'm not trying to say that people who are overweight, myself included, don't love themselves or approve of themselves at their heavy weight. But there is always this statement in our head that says, I will be better in whatever respect if I am thinner, if I am healthier, if I am more athletic, if I'm taking care of myself. If this, then I will be better. Then I will love myself. Then I will value myself. Then I will appreciate myself. And I think all this urgency is because we desperately want to be happy and love ourselves now. And because of those conditional statements that I will love myself if I get to this weight, or if I'm losing weight, if the scale goes down, then I will love myself. And as a side note, all of the fretting and depression we go through when the scale doesn't do what we want it to do is all a result of putting the conditional circumstances around the weight loss, saying that I will only value myself if I'm succeeding in this area. And I think in order to do what I ask people to do when they come to me asking how to lose weight, in order to be able to go, whoa, 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 stop the train. I want to do this slowly. I want to walk for a while. I don't want to run yet. That ability to stop, that thing which I'm always telling people they must do, take tiny, tiny steps, is actually the outside of a deeper issue, which is the ability to love oneself unconditionally. Because once you love yourself, the immediacy for the weight loss, for the thing that we had previously been using to validate ourselves, is already there. I really hope I'm making sense. Oh, my head goes in 100 directions. I speak and then I don't remember what I said. I've been thinking a lot about this. So loving yourself should be a precursor to weight loss, not a result of weight loss. For if you can find ways to revel in the joy of being, to love life, to cultivate happiness around you without your success or your pace at weight loss being a contributing factor, then the weight loss doesn't feel so urgent anymore. Then the weight loss isn't, I must have it done now because otherwise I won't be feeling loved. The self-love has got to come from somewhere else. And I think that's how you start losing weight. You start first by loving and appreciating who you are, and then as a result of that loving yourself, then you begin to naturally gravitate toward better choices. If you're really in love with yourself, not full of yourself, but really love who you are and what you're doing, you want to treat yourself well. It's just cause and effect, I think. If you are loving yourself, you would not stuff yourself to the point where it hurt. Because that's not loving yourself, that's putting yourself in pain. And through loving yourself, you will slowly make those better choices, which over time will add up to something huge. I'm seeing this now as I'm coming about to being a raw food vegan, which is something I never thought I would be before in my life. I thought people who ate super healthy and who were athletic were just bizarre anomalies in society who happened to like exercise and happened to like healthy foods, and they were just crazy hippies, and I didn't think it was reality. I thought it was weirdos. And now I'm one of those weirdos, and I see that I only got here by a process of making teeny tiny changes over the last year and a half, substituting a fudgesicle for chocolate cake, and having a 100-calorie pack as opposed to a sleeve of cookies, and eventually having all-natural chocolate chips as opposed to the 100-calorie pack, and eventually not having dairy, and eventually eating more vegetables. And it was this very slow process of very slowly, very gracefully, very gently easing myself into being a healthier me. But it was a result of wanting to treat myself better, not a result of any sort of plan or any sort of need to make a change now because I felt such an urgent need to be validated in my endeavors and therefore feel loved. I don't really know how to start loving yourself. I know that other video, Midnight Ramblings, which I suppose I'll put as a video response to this video, speaks to positive self-talk. Another really great idea is the happy list, which I got from Jason, and I think it's a brilliant idea. I have one, too, actually, which is to make a list of everything in the world that makes you happy that does not relate to diet, does not relate to your weight loss whatsoever. And whenever you feel the need to instigate a plan or be healthier to love yourself, Instead, execute a thing on the happy list. Maybe calling an old friend, or maybe, going out dancing with your friends, or maybe going to a movie, or perhaps going to sleep early one night because you know you're tired and you need more sleep. Something that will make you really happy. And in doing that, you can begin to celebrate life around you and love yourself for who you are. And then the process of slowly making changes to eat healthier will come as a natural effect of the cause of you loving yourself. It will be a natural byproduct because you'll want to treat yourself better. I don't know if that makes any sense, and I don't know if it has practical application, but for some reason, I felt like I had to make a video about these thoughts I've been having. I don't know. But I feel like I finally got them out of my brain and I can rest easily. Love yourself. Find ways to begin loving yourself. Because I think it is the beginning, not a result of the weight loss. I think it needs to be the other way around. Because otherwise, we always feel urgency and therefore do dramatic things to try and lose weight, and therefore set ourselves up for failure by doing so much that we eventually either burn out or go crazy. If nothing else, that's food for thought.